Welcome to the Divinely Driven Results Show. My name is Zelee Smith, Christian business strategist, and we get to empower you with Christian values on how to build your business in the Lord's way. We get to help you empower your mindset, overcome that inner dream stealer, and utilize biblical business strategy to be able to reach those sales goals that God has put on your heart. Now, ladies, you might be feeling overwhelmed by that endless to-do list from the second that you get up in the morning. And maybe you're working 8-hour plus days and still feeling completely unaccomplished. I know that sometimes I feel like I'm running around like a chicken with its head cut off most of the time with that hustle and that grind mentality of I've just got to work harder, or I've got to work longer to be successful. And then all of that culminates in sacrificing time from our families and from ourselves, and we stop enjoying our business. If any of that feels familiar, you are in the right place today, ladies, because today you have an incredible gift that is being given to you. We're going to talk about the 3-hour day aligned business growth strategy. And I am so excited about it because it goes perfectly with what we teach with our Divine CEO schedule. And so we have an incredible guest today, guys. Her name is Jeanette Baene, and she is an alignment and productivity coach. So Jeanette, please tell us more about yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be on the show today and to have a little chat with Elise and to give you that training today. I am, as Elise said, an alignment and productivity coach, and I help female coaches grow their business efficiently in 3 hours a day so that they can experience more harmony and alignment in both their business and their life. And I'm all about taking the hustle out of business and just streamlining it and just making it feel like you so that you can achieve your goals with ease and in flow.
Amen. I love taking the hustle out of business. Like, when was it okay and acceptable for us to start using words like hustle and grind and all of these words that are just like, they make us feel yucky even saying them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Well, tell us a little bit more about you. I hear a beautiful accent. So where are you from?
Yes, I'm from Germany originally.
Awesome.
Moved to Australia a while ago, 8 years ago, just to travel. I didn't plan to stay there forever, but I met my husband. Now we have two beautiful children, and we currently live in South America, where my husband's family is from. And yeah, that's where we are at now in this beautiful part of the world. And yeah.
Awesome. So how did you become a coach in the first place? What led you down this path?
Yeah, so it was definitely my own experience. So when I first started my business, that was about 5 years ago, when I had my first son. It was all about not getting back to my job and be able to stay at home with him. So I wanted to have a business that I could do from home. And so I did. I started multiple businesses, and but the process was always the same. But it was like at some point I was just overwhelmed, I was tired, I was exhausted. My business has completely taken over my life, so I started this business to be able to be home with my son and spend more time with him. But what I realized was that that was exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite was happening. So I spent all my time at the laptop, on my phone, working, trying to make this thing work, following all the strategies, doing all the things, and nothing was working. And not only was nothing working, but also the reason why I started my business, to be with my son and my family in general, just was not happening. So at some point I was just like, okay, if this is how I need to run my business in order to have a business, in order to be successful, I don't want it. I'm out. This is not, I cannot continue doing this any longer. And so that how I went down the rabbit hole of just making, like setting it up a completely different way. So getting rid of everything that I've been taught, everything that I've been reading, that I've been doing for all this time, and just take a step back, reevaluate everything that was going on, and built my business, set up my business in a completely different way so that it aligns with what I want for my life, how I want my life to look like, and make my business work around my lifestyle rather than having the business take over my life. And it just feels amazing.
I love that. And if you're listening to this on a podcast or you're watching on YouTube, she's like glowing, guys. Like you can just tell that there's just not that pressure on her that you see a lot on most, women entrepreneurs that are just hustling and grinding and, working harder and all that kind of stuff. So I love your story. I think it's beautiful. And I like how you took a step back. There's a scripture that says, examine yourselves. It's okay to take a moment and just say, what's working and what's not working? Is this what I actually wanted to begin with? And then we can realign, like you say, to be able to fit that. And that when we're building our business in the Lord's way, as opposed to the world's way, sometimes you do have to throw out the stuff that everybody else is teaching and be aligned with who you are and, who your creator is and is calling you to be. And so I love that. So beautiful. So tell us more about this 3-hour workday. This is amazing.
Yes. So as I just touched on, I was working about 50 plus hours a week. I didn't have any time for my family, for my son at that time, and not even for myself. So from the morning I woke up, I opened my laptop, I started working, then my son woke up, then I had some time with him, and then I went back to the laptop until after he was asleep. I was still working, trying to figure this out and make it work, and like really pressuring myself, and like I was like, this has to work. And that pressure, now that I know all about like alignment and all the strategies that I use now, is exactly like the wrong way. Exactly what was actually stopping me and holding me back from achieving my goals was the hustle, was the pressure, was the not surrendering and really trusting myself, and aligning what I love, how I want it to look like, and following all the other strategies that everyone else was doing because I saw them working for someone else. So I thought, oh, they must work for me too. Well, they don't. If they don't align with with your personality, with your values, with your goals, with what you want to achieve in your life and your business, it's not going to work, no matter how hard you try. And so I had my second son, and now one is in kindergarten the whole day and the other one is still at home with me. So I don't, as a mom, if you are a mom, you can totally relate, I guess. When you have little ones at home, you have less time than if you don't have kids. And that's why I don't have as much time as I would have if I wouldn't have little ones at home, or my son coming home at a certain time. So I kind of have to get all my business work, my backend work, my lead generation, my marketing, all the things done in 3 hours a day. And it wasn't always 3 hours, so it was a progress. So I went from 8+ hours to 6 to 4. And then as you progress, as you find your flow, as you use all the strategies that I teach now, you can create a 3-hour workday. So now I have my morning for myself. So I realized that it's really, really important to take that morning for yourself, to really ground yourself, to wake up and just have that time for yourself. Because the worst thing that I was doing was opening my laptop and working straight away, instead of just taking some time and really start my day in the most powerful way. So now I make it a priority to have that morning for myself, to meditate, to do yoga, to do journaling, to have a nice healthy breakfast, to have time with my son. There's a little hint here as well, in case you still have little ones at home while you're building your business. If you spend the morning with your children and like fill up their cup of love, of attention in the morning first, you are much more likely to have a more relaxed work day and less interruptions, because they will be more likely to entertain themselves and to interrupt you less. So it's also a way of running your business, to have that morning for yourself, for your family, and then start your day powerful, in your energy. And that's the way how you can show up then as your best self in your business. Because if you are tired, exhausted, if you didn't take that time in the morning to actually start the day right, you bring that into your business and the energy. We all know if we get up on the wrong foot one day, that is exactly how our whole day goes. So we're like, oh my God, everything is going wrong today. And that is because something went wrong in the morning. And that's why, I make myself a priority. So that is like the first thing of the 3-hour workday. And then the next step is to really be focused and intentional. So instead of sitting down and figuring out what you actually will be working on, you know that already before. So you plan out your day before, you know your 3 needle moving activities, you know what is actually moving your business forward, so you know what to do each day, what actions to take in order to attract leads into your world, in order to sign up clients, and you need to have clarity and focus. So we want to start off our day and knowing already our 3 things that we will be working on that day. And to be honest, there are only 3 things that I do in order to create sales and clients and attract leads into my business. It's not that difficult, but we like to just get distracted. And if we don't have a clear focus and we don't actually know what does move our business forward, what does create sales in our business, it's really hard to create a 3-hour day. And that's exactly why I was working 8+ hours, because there were all these strategies out there. There were all these coaches and everyone had a different opinion and everyone was saying this and that, or you should use Instagram and TikTok and you should be on all the platforms at once and you should repurpose your content. And like, I was so overwhelmed. I was doing all the things. And of course I was working all day, because all these strategies take all day to actually, to do them. And that's why now I teach how to actually create a growth strategy that is aligned with yourself. So instead of following everyone out there and whatever else the coaches or influencers or someone else is doing, and you're trying to model that, even though it's just not your thing, then that is not the way for you to go. So what we're doing is finding a marketing strategy, a business growth plan for you that works for you, that builds on your strengths, on your values, on your goals, on what feels good to you. Because the worst thing that you can do is following strategies that are just not aligned. For example, TikTok. I mean, I have nothing against it. I don't use it myself, but there's nothing wrong with it. But if you don't like creating videos, for example, but you're still doing it because you feel like you have to, guess what kind of energy you put out there when you're creating those videos. An energy of, oh my God, this sucks. I don't really want to do this, but I kind of have to. And like, that energy is exactly what shows up. Like, it's the energy that shows up in those videos, and it doesn't work. So that's why it's so important to just find a way, a strategy to grow your business that aligns with you. And guess what happens when you actually, as I mentioned in the beginning, take a step back, reevaluate what is currently going on in your business, what does not align, what is just not you, what feels wrong, what feels icky, and you stop doing those things. You give yourself the permission to stop doing it. You will feel so released. Maybe it feels scary at the beginning to actually let go of all the things, but then when you actually find a strategy that works for you and that makes you like light up in the morning, and you actually feel excited when you wake up in the morning, because you know exactly your unique, your aligned business growth strategy, and you know exactly your 3 needle moving activities that you'll do every single day in order to create sales and leads and customers into your business, it will feel amazing. So this is really, like, I know it can feel scary to let go of everything that you know and that everyone else is telling you, but I'm telling you, once you do it, once you get rid of all the crap that does not align, and you actually only do the things that light you up, that make you feel amazing, that is exactly the energy that shows up in your business, and that will change everything. I know I went on a rant here. But I'm sorry, but I just wanted to really share and give you a big overview of why a 3-hour workday is possible. So when you're really focused, when you're intentional, when you know what you're doing, and when you stop doing all the things that everyone's telling you, and really listen to yourself, and trust that you have all the answers, and you're allowed to only do what feels good. You're allowed to have a business that feels easeful, peaceful, harmonious, like structured. It's okay to have a business that doesn't feel like work. It's nothing wrong with that. It's like really taking that hustle out of business. And it's not anymore that, well, it never was, but like with that hustle society that we live in, everyone keeps telling us the harder you work, the more money you're going to make. It's all about hard work, play hard, work hard, play hard. But it's not. Like, it's okay. You absolutely can have a business that feels like you, a business that feels easy. It's okay that clients come into your world every single day with ease and peace, and it doesn't have to be a hustle business in order to be successful. And that is really the mindset shift that we have to make, because especially when online businesses weren't so popular, it was all about hard work. It was all about the harder you work, the more money you're going to get. But it's not like that anymore. There are now so many different strategies, and actually aligning your business with yourself is like the number one strategy that will skyrocket your business.
Oh, I love your energy and your passion for this. Like, you can tell that she does not work 8 hours a day and grind herself to the ground. So this is beautiful. A couple of things I wanted to touch on is starting your day off with yourself, like journaling and that kind of thing, and with your family. I think that's just amazing, because what we treasure, it talks about in the scriptures, is what we treasure is where our heart is. And that, I think, has a lot to do with the time that we're spending. And so if we want to, get a closer relationship with God in what we teach is daily daddy-daughter time with our Heavenly Father, that is going to come first. Like, that should come first in our day. If we have the priority of our family, then that should come first in our day as well, right? And as we make those things our priority first, then we don't have the mom guilt as much. We don't have the getting off on the wrong foot, like you said, and having it mess up our whole day. I know that when I miss my daily daddy-daughter time with my Heavenly Father every day, I am so off for the rest of the day. So definitely agree with that one. And then that focus, it is so easy to get pulled into 14 million different directions in business. And so just figuring out what works for you and what doesn't. You were talking about needle moving activities. And I love that you go with 3, because we do too. We're like, literally just 3, sister. Like, that's all you have to do every single day, or even get to do. Because if you try to tackle that huge, long to-do list, you're going to feel overwhelmed and feel completely inadequate, right? Of all the things you didn't get to. But if you focus on those 3, we call them income producing activities. So we're very much aligned here. I love it. That we put God first with our spiritual producing activities. And then we put our business next with that concept of income producing activities. What's really going to move the needle, like you said. And it really can be that simple. And then I also like how you step your clients from like maybe 8 hours down to that 3 hours, is we can't expect ourselves to just make that huge jump, but really figure out what's aligned with us and start moving towards that ideal. So this has been amazing. I hope you guys are like frantically taking notes on this, because I think that Jeanette and I are so aligned in so many different ways. And I'm just so honored that you would come and share with us your amazing knowledge and wisdom of the experience you've had with your own business and your own life, and then also what you've had with your clients as well. So if people want to know more about what you're up to, or, how can they connect with you, Jeanette?
Yeah, so definitely come into my free Facebook group. I give trainings and support every single day on how to create a 3-hour workday, on how to really align your business with your life. It's Facebook / the 3-hour workday. I'm sure Elise will link it as well, so you can just click it and join my group and just be part of our amazing tribe. And I also have a freebie for you, which are 50+ productivity tips to make more money online in an aligned way. And that freebie will link down below as well, so you can just download and have a read through it. And that's it. Awesome. There's my Facebook group and my 50 productivity tips.
I love it. Make sure you guys definitely check that out. And if you want more tips on how to grow your business in the Lord's way using biblical business strategy and a great place to connect with other Christian women entrepreneurs, then make sure you check out our Facebook group as well, called Faithful Ladypreneurs. And in the case of what we're talking about here today, especially getting more focused around how you spend your time, especially that 3 hours, and really limiting that, I encourage you guys to go onto Amazon and check out the Faith Strategy Business Planner. We just launched this not too long ago, and I know that it's going to help you with a lot of the things that we're talking about here today. So check out her Facebook group, check out our Facebook group, and go to Amazon and check out the Faith Strategy Business Planner. Jeanette, what is one last message that you feel like God is calling you to share with our audience here today?
Yeah, I just really want to emphasize to let go of everything that doesn't feel aligned in your business, and everything that you feel like you have to do in order to be successful, you don't. I want you to know that you have all the answers within you. You have everything you need to be successful. You are enough. And it's just about finding an aligned way for you to build your business, to grow your business. And it doesn't have to be the hustle. And I want you to just listen to that again. We can build successful businesses without sacrificing our health, our family, and everything we value.
Yes, God does not want it to be harder than it has to be, right? This entrepreneurial journey it has a lot of ups and downs, but we make it a little bit more difficult sometimes than it needs to be.
Yes.
So let's get aligned. I love it. Well, Jeanette, thank you so much for your time today and your amazing wisdom and beautiful energy. And we're just so grateful to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. This was amazing. I hope to talk to you very, very soon.
Thanks, guys, for watching Divinely Driven Results, and we'll see you next time.